ladies and gentlemen, and I would like to welcome you all here to Johnstown Harvest Thrashing and Festival. There's a huge crowd here. I hope you'll all enjoy it. First of all, I would like to thank the Bellingiri Pipeband for their rendition down there. Bellingiri, Gudimila Maga, Bula Bas Moor, Agor, Banachiol, Bellingiri. Johnstown Harvest Festival is going on now for a couple of years, and all the monies they make is going to the likes of Marymount Hospice, local schools, and many, many other very deserving charities. So now I would like to hand you over to one of the main men here. What work this man has put into it. PJ McCarthy. PJ, you have a few words to say. A whole of us for PJ. That's my channel.
Hello and welcome here to Johnstown today. Yesterday evening it looked not too very promising at all, but anyway, I engaged our local priest and he said, "You left it a bit late coming," he said. So he said, "I don't know, can I do anything about it?" He said, "But leave it to me until tomorrow." So he rang this morning and he said, "The best I can do is get on with it early in the morning," he said, "and there'll be showers in the evening." He said, "Get on with it early in the morning." So I think we done the opposite. We didn't get on with it too early in the morning either. But anyway, I would like to welcome you all here. Then thank you very much for your support here today. Unfortunately, I should be standing up here. Our chairman cannot be with us today, but he is with us anyway in spirit, I suppose. So, so he'll be with us anyway. So he cannot be here with us today. So I was told to say a few words. So I'm not very good at talking. So if I leave out anything, you'll have to excuse me. So I would like to thank all the sponsors and all the people who helped out here today. And Sean Donovan is here with us now, and I suppose I'll hand you over to him to say a few words.
Thank you very much. Usually, so far to arrive, and indeed on this, I believe, the third annual festival here in Johnstown, the first having started with very humble beginnings across the road, on the roadside, I believe, just over in front of the pub here. Last year, a marvellous year, and this, the third, looks like being the best ever yet. It's indeed a great privilege, a pleasure, and an honour for me to be invited here today. And when I got the call from Anya, I was only thrilled and delighted. The only problem I had was trying to find the place, but I found it, and we got here in plenty of time. So without further ado, there's just about everything and anything here. I had to walk around. So from hens to Honda 50s, it's here today in Johnstown. I want to wish it the very, very, very best, and long may it continue, and God bless you. I now declare the festival for the third annual well and truly open. Gurmila Mahagiv.
Sean, we have a presentation to make to you. They don't want to give it to you, do they? Well done, congratulations. Bula Bas Moor. Yeah, Tafalta Rose.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Come on, Father, put your camera down. Well done. Father, maybe you'd say a few words, would you? Well done.
Well, first of all, what do I do to deserve that? Thanks very much, Dennis. Thank you, all of you. All I just say is, because I know you're anxious to get on with the fun, I am too, is that we're very proud here in Johnstown, Kilmichael Parish, of the work done by Johnstown Committee here, of the money that they collect and the good causes that benefit from it. Very proud that you're putting Johnstown on the map, and it's a wonderful thing, and it's a wonderful credit and a favour to all of us in Kilmichael Parish. And enjoy your day, and thank you very much for your support, and thanks to marvellous organisers here for all their hard work. We all benefit from it in the parish. The whole parish benefits and reflects on the success and the good work of Johnstown Vintage and Harvest Festival. Gurmil Magav.
Thank you very much, Chambers. Reggie Chambers from Coaction, one of our benefactors. A few words, please.
Thanks very much. Just on behalf of Coaction, I would like to thank the Johnstown Vintage Club for this event. These things just don't happen. I know well that there's a lot of work and a lot of hard work gone into this preparation of today, and I must compliment the Johnstown Vintage. It's a small community, and I was an old saying, if you want something done, ask a busy person, and all these people I know are very busy, and it's a great credit and tribute to what they have done here today, and thanks very much for considering Coaction as one of the beneficiaries. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Reggie. Now I would like to call Antoinette from Marymount to say a few words, please. Antoinette?
Thank you very much. On behalf of Marymount Hospice, I'd like to thank the Johnstown Vintage Group for inviting us down here today. It's a fantastic day, great sideshows and cars and tractors. Just a little bit about Marymount Hospice. At the present moment, we're building our new hospice and hospital in Curryheen and Bishopstown. We're moving from our present area in Wellington Road, and we are doubling our capacity from 22 beds to 44 beds for the Marymount Hospice, and for the care of the elderly we're going to have 65 beds for those. We're going to have a fantastic new area. We will be moving into our new hospice and hospital on July the 1st in 2011. So it is without the help of yourselves with fundraising, we wouldn't be opening our doors. So a big thank you from Marymount Hospice. Thank you to everybody.
Antoinette, thank you very much for those words. Now that we're officially opened, I think you can all go away and enjoy yourself. There are so many side shows around the place. First of all, I would like to say the dog show has started. Please go to your left-hand side over here and get your entries. Also, the sports and novelty events. The first thing that will be starting is the boys under 10 and the girls under 10. And after that, we will announce what's happening after that. So again, thank you all very much for coming here and your support. And we will keep you informed as to what's happening over the afternoon. Before I go away from me, I'll hand over to PJ. He just wants to say a few more words.
And just to say a couple of small words now, I would like to thank Helen Dingeen here for her field today. Without her, this thing would not get off the ground. There's just a couple more things now. We would like to keep the field in kind of tidy as possible because she left it to us in absolute perfect condition. There's boxes there for the rubbish all around the field. The toilets are over there and over there. And the Red Cross ambulance is over there. Hopefully we won't need it. And I would like to thank you all for coming. I hope you'll enjoy the rest of the evening. And there's no more for me to say. We'll let the field do the rest. Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll just get on with the story.
I'll just get you to the races just if you don't mind. So
okay, no problem.
It's all for the first races starting off the boys.
Over here at the festival we have Roy Osman, and he is spinning some wool. Now we're going to ask Roy to explain to us about what exactly he's doing and the type of equipment he's using. Hi Roy.
Okay, I'm using Jacob's sheep at the moment. This is a multi-coloured wool and it makes for very interesting wool colours. Basically I'm doing spinning because it's an old art that's gradually going, and I'm showing especially like the young people of where things come from. In other words, wool for their jumpers come from sheep, but showing them how the process is through from the fleece to the finished yarn.
So has it already been dyed, or will it be dyed later?
No, because Jacob's fleece particularly is different colours, I will not dye it, but I also spin it directly from the fleece. There's no intermediate stage. Afterwards, it's possible to dye it and to wash it, but there's enough oil to keep its properties.
And tell me, if you had a sweater made out of this type of wool, would it be expensive?
Well, I suppose these days it may be, but of course if you do your own knitting it isn't expensive.
Thank you very much indeed. Thanks a lot, Roy. We're over here now at the sheep shearing, and we're watching a sheep being shorn at the moment. Danjo is taking some great pictures, and we'll talk to the shearer now in a second. Over here with me, I have Monsignor O'Callaghan from Inchigeela. You are very welcome here today, Monsignor.
Thank you very much.
What do you think of the trashings, Monsignor?
They're excellent to bring me back to the old days of the work in the Haggart, and as we call the cutting of the corn and so on. But I had to make a sacrifice to come here today. I had to go to Toosbridge, and up at Toosbridge and back here, the road to Johnstown. Inchigeela was jam-packed. First time.
Isn't that fantastic to hear that from Monsignor? The rally was on, and I suppose the roads were closed. So well done, Monsignor.
I did my penance, and I said some bad words all around the place.
You won't tell us what some of them bad words were you?
They'd be very applicable to the Kilmichael ambush.
Oh, is that right? Monsignor, thank you very much, and you're more than welcome here.
Thank you very much too. I'll see you inside again. This good gentleman works in, what's the name, RS Evening? Air Choice, yes. And he's very, very good. He's a big help to me every time I go in there. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Monsignor. With us over here. Hello, Ger. Ger Toomey. Ger. We hear you were an All-Ireland champion in 1986, is that true?
Yeah, just true, all right, yeah.
Do you shear many sheep every year?
Well, I used to before when I was in my younger days, but not anymore, no. Kind of...
1, 2, 1, 2. You were very fast at what you were doing.
I don't know about that, no, I'm just taking it kind of easy here today, sort of thing, but I can go faster if you want to. But you know, it's a bit late for hand shearing, so I just kept these two. I said I did one with the hand shears, one Swaledale, and just one with the machine and one with the hand shears, just so that you know the way it's done each way. So.
But it's a fantastic art. Where did you learn it? Were you brought up with it?
Back at home in Doneeds in long ago. We were born around it, honestly. But,
you had no choice when you go out and do it every now and again.
That's right, yeah. There was no ways about it at all, but and I'm a bit sorry for it.
Ger, you were fantastic at your job, absolutely. Anyone that wants to see the sheep shearing, come over here to Ger. He is a genius at it, make no mistake about it. All-Ireland champion 1986. Ger, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you very much, thanks.
And if I get the cheese, I'll always eat it if I get it.
Here we have some goat's cheese being made, and we're looking at the goats here, and they're eating and they're very content looking. And here I have Brian Bond alongside me. Brian, tell me about the goats, please.
It all depends. What would you like to know?
I'd like to know what kind of breed they are and how much milk they give you, how often you milk them, etc., etc.
Fine, that's right. They're milked once a day now. In the full of the season, it's twice a day. And the white ones here are of a Sarnarm breed. And this one here is a little bit Toggenburg, as they call it. But they're well kept, as you can see, and they like that Haley's, what they're eating now. And anything else you'd like to ask?
What type of a cheese? Is it a soft or a hard cheese, or can we get both?
You can get both, but the main one is the soft goat's cheese. That is the main one. It's some has herbs, some is plain. So it's entirely what people prefer. But the hard is good as well, you know. That's about it.
Thank you, Brian. Now, Anne is over here. Anne, this is Brian's wife. Now, you were the maker of the cheese. Tell us how you make this cheese.
Oh, now, what you do is you warm up the milk and then you put some rennet and culture in. The culture's for flavour and the rennet's to set it. And then that sits in the vat for 18 hours, comes out and goes into a mould like this. It's got holes in the side and the bottom, and that drains for 18 hours. And then it comes out lightly salted into the fridge and it's ready more or less straight away. So it's a nice cheese, nice clean tasting cheese.
I must say, Anne, I have tasted your cheese and it is beautiful. But just tell me, how do you and Brian market the cheese?
Well, mainly through country market, farmers markets, and the cheese guys there actually take them around to various markets in Cork. We're going actually as far as Galway, Kerry, West and East Cork. It's quite widely spread actually. So that's how we do it. And private people, of course.
Thank you, Anne, and thank you, Brian. Now, local people in Kilmichael, you might not know that we have this fantastic cheese processing plant in Kilmichael. So, go along and buy your cheese from Anne and Brian, and I can assure you it is not expensive. Thanks, Anne, and thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, you can ask him.
Here we are now at the moment, and I am talking to the man that made the day for us, Father Crimmin. Well, Father, thank you very much for praying and for making the day well. How is it going, do you think, so far?
Marvellous. But I think it is the people of Johnstown, their prayers. They're very holy people of Johnstown. The Lord, let them down. Go on.
They surely are, there's no doubt about it. What are your, going back, Father, to thrashings, what are your reminiscences of it?
I didn't see too many thrashings, no, because we're out in the village. But my father made a thrasher in about 1945 or that. He made a thrasher. I know how to, out of, you know that. And he was on the road for 12 years with it. West Kerry, areas like that, every winter. Marvellous time, you know.
I know.
Yeah. No, it was the make. So there was great work on thrashing that time. Everything is this time, I suppose. Yeah.
So what would you say, Father, to the people that organise this event here today and all the monies over the last 3 years that they have sent to the charities?
Yeah, marvellous. I suppose a lot of people don't realise how few people are involved here in Johnstown, and the neighbours as well, particularly the Harvest Committee here and all their vintage friends all over the place. But it's a relatively small number. Terrific work going on. Nobody realises that this is going on since early summer, between selling tickets and organising people. I still, when I come here, I just can't believe that you're going to have so many things in a field and organised. And, you know, we have Marymount. It's lovely to see Marymount, and delighted to hear that the new hospital in Marymount will be open for the 1st of July. I keep an eye on it there going into Cork. And it will be very handy for us, very lovely for visiting people from this side of the county now. There'll be great incentive to call in there if there's anybody we have in there. Don't have to go through the city or up the north side. And of course, the praise we have for anybody ever had contact with Marymount. They feel privileged, you know, to meet the people and to be serving the people that are there. And our schools and the different things going on there. They're all, in these times now, everything is very much needed, and every penny is treasured and accepted very gratefully.
Thank you very much, Father Crimmin. Not alone do you support Johnstown, but you support everything that's happening in the parish. For Oig, it doesn't matter what it is, you're a fantastic ambassador for what's happening in the parish of Kilmichael. Buna Bas Moore Agor on Tahir O'Crimeen.
Sorry, thank you.
Over here, I'm with Governor O'Leary. Originally, Governor O'Reirden from Ballyvorna. And here she is baking absolutely wonderful brown bread, and you're baking it in the Bastable. Governor, tell us, do you bake much bread in the Bastable?
No, only once a year.
And is that here at Johnstown?
Yes. Yeah.
And why don't you do it more often?
I don't have a Bastable.
That's a fair answer. Tell me about the breads you make. You make buns and bread and you sell them locally, don't you?
That's right, yeah. Sell them in John Collins and Toonsbridge.
And I can tell you, I have bought her brown bread and her buns, and they're absolutely fantastic. Well done, Governor. Well done. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. I hate that.
Are you ready for a top up there?
No, I'm ready.
We're over here. We're over here at the far end of the field, and we're looking at the mini digger skills. And we have Dermot Hurley, and sweat running off his forehead, and he's trying to get this thing sorted out to the best of his ability. He has to concentrate. I'm just afraid that I might take his tension away. Well done, Dermot.
Roedd yn ymwneud â'n beth sio, hongas hele. As ich voor de rest in orde kennen or heen gaan share. The heen er var, do 3 car could share. So the competition is to take down the stack, move them. Now some lads are cute here around. More out are cute from I would say the demand direction, and they come around the way of moving them ever so slightly. But even so, that's the competition, and it's timed. And in fairness to them, we're very good competitors.
Tá Tom competition Sean.
Tom I should react to the for topics fairness as my intuition right would be me here. It's a time competition, and usually in a time competition things will go wrong.
Agus it horum tá go hanna bar fa the will.
On the bar fa. Under we Cowley Lantor, Tarkos Lantor, agus we session gumach mas na shoni sfär. The war will skill on. Agus tear the me here through agus tá sé sávált ag an gene. Agus tá Simon that the Snodini a half year. It's a kind of a competition that people can actually watch.
Again, good evening, Margaret. We were just speaking there to Sean Leonard, and he's judging the stacking of the bale competition here in Johnstown Harvest Festival. Over here, I have Dennis O'Leary and Sheamus Quill of Bellingiri Pipeband. Now, as you will all know, they're here every year. They play for about a half an hour, and their music is absolutely exceptional, is what I would say about it. They're fantastic. So, tell me about Bellingiri's Pipeband, how it is getting on, how we keep musicians going all the time. Tell me about it.
The band was established, I suppose, in 1928, and nearly everybody in Bellingiri was a member of the band for some piece of time. We have a lot of young musicians at the moment. They're playing very well. They're not all here today because there are different things on which didn't make it possible for them to come, but they're playing very good. We play for different venues throughout the West Cork from time to time. Festivals like today. Last Sunday we were in Gugan for Gugan Sunday, and we played for the Mid-Cork final there a couple of weeks ago. So it'll be similar things like that we'll be doing throughout the year.
And Sheamus, how do you attract the young musicians, and how do you teach them the art of playing the pipes and the drums and the fife, etc.?
We do a practice two nights a week, every week. So every second week we do a practice 2 nights a week to keep up the practice and keep up the traditional pipe band playing.
Dennis, isn't that a fantastic commitment for the young people of Bellingiri? And do they still keep coming to your practices?
They do, yeah. Times numbers get low, but we get people interested again and they come in and join up and play with it. That's how we keep going.
And Sheamus, the instruments, we'll say the pipes now and the drums, they must be expensive. How do you manage to fund those things?
I didn't explain that.
Well, that's Dennis.
Yeah, we make a bit of funding from different venues we'll be playing at throughout the year. We might have a raffle or maybe a church gate collection. There might be donation or something like that. So we have to work hard to put our uniforms together. A few years ago there we had a big fundraiser ourselves, tickets and that, so that's how we got our uniforms together. There might be a small bit of grant aid from Udras to Gaeltacht or maybe the council or something like that from time to time. So that's how we work.
Well, I'm watching Bellingiri Pipeband with a lot of years, and I've seen the 2V lads involved in it, and there's fantastic credit due to the 2V and to the other people that are in the band, how we keep it going and bring in the young people and keep the music going. Jeepers lads, you're fantastic.
There won't be no band in Bellingiri for Don Cron, Dan Lucy and Dennis Lair here. That's kept us going, put us in practicing, playing tunes and everything, and kept us in it, and kept the new recruits playing and everything.
But then again, when you have the likes of Dennis and Sheamus as all you take, there must be good people to teach, good people to bring lads along. Lads, fair play to you. Tabu Shogriv. Abu Bellingiri. Choice of a person. We're having an auction at between 4:30 and 4:45 for the animal. Now, Brian Collins, Sean O'Cashel, has kindly donated the animal. And he's a very shy man, but he might have a small word. Brian, all I want to know is about the breeding. Brian, please. Brian, can I have the... What breeding is the Frisian, Brian?
By Sprock.
By Sprock. And what is the mother?
By RUU.
And tell me about the Angus then.
The Angus, they have a choice between the Frisian heifer or the Angus heifer, whoever purchases on the day.
Brian, I must say it is a fantastic gesture and a very kind gesture for you to do this. And thanks a lot, Brian.
Thank you.
Thanks. And we're looking forward to the auction. Okay, Brian. Thanks a million. Bye. Michael? Over here, I have Michael O'Reirden from Kilmichael, and he's inspecting all the vintage cars over here. Michael, what do you think of the quality of the cars?
They're excellent. In perfect order. It's amazing what people can do with old cars like that, you know. That one there in Austin, Cambridge, I used to have one of them myself at one stage. So that's my interest in it.
Fantastic, Michael. And have you seen the tractors? Because I know you're a man that have tractors at home yourself.
Yeah, I've been out to the tractors as well. It's a huge display up in there, you know. It's more than you see at any other vintage place.
But isn't it nice now to come out and see all this and walk around and treasure it all?
Oh, yes. It's
Michael, thank you very much. Thanks, Michael. Michael O'Reirden. Over here we're looking at the vintage display of tractors. There is a huge array of tractors here between Fords, David Browns, Internationals, Majors, Fergusons, David Browns, I've mentioned that before, but they are in absolute pristine nick. This machinery must have cost a small fortune to keep it. And you know, fair play to the people that come out here, bring their machines out here. It costs them money. Fantastic display. And with me here I have Humphrey O'Reirden, and he's from Ratcool and has come all the ways down here with his tractor and did the same last year. Humphrey, what attracts you to this type of thing?
Well, there are, all these events are usually run for local charities, and it's nice to help someone that might be in a bit of trouble, or local schools need help and things like that. And it doesn't cost much to come out for the day and just help out. And it's nice to somewhere to go on a Sunday.
Well, you know, fair play to you, because like all the monies collected here are going to absolutely brilliant charities. And only for people like you and all the others here, we wouldn't have a day like today. But let me go and ask you, do you remember the trashings long ago? And if you do, what do you remember about them?
I remember the last thrashing. I'm originally from Bellingiri near Mill Street, and I remember the last thrashing at home. And like, it was a huge event, and you had all the neighbours coming in. You'd have the bottles of Guinness inside under the stairs for about a fortnight or 3 weeks before, and we used to be stealing the odd one and onto the parents, and they'd be wondering where they were going. And like, our job on the day was to keep everybody lubricated, I suppose is the right word for it. And like, standing at the back of the trash and watching the grain coming out, like, it was a fantastic piece of equipment. And it's the thing you'll always remember. And it's a nice memory to have.
Well done, Humphrey. I tell you one thing, only for people like Humphrey and all the others here, we wouldn't have a day like today. Humphrey, thanks very much for coming.
Thank you, Dennis.
Over here now, I have Jim Leary with me from Rainary. Jim is a man that's always stuck in vintage tractors. And what type of tractor have you here today, Jim?
Ferguson 35.
What age is it, Jim?
It's around the 60s or something.
And tell me, have you many more vintage vehicles?
Yeah, 13 or 14 of them.
God, Jim, that's a lot. Give us an idea of what you have.
I suppose that's Ford and David Browns and Ferguson's and a TVO and Ferguson 20s.
Jim, that's a huge array. Tell me, do you do these tractors up yourself, or what do you do? Do you buy them, or do you do them up, or what do you do?
No, I get someone to repair them.
So you buy the tractors and you get someone to repair them?
Yeah.
And you have 13 or 14 of them?
I have. I'd be buying them away now and then.
And you go out every Sunday to vintages and whatnot?
We do go in that time.
Jim, you're a great supporter anyway of Johnstown. I know that. You're here with the last 3 years. And Jim, thanks very much for your support. Thanks, Jim. We're over here now at the thrashing. Now, they'll be starting thrashing very shortly. And with me here is Dennis Murphy of Arden and Ian. And just his tractor is here alongside us. It's a Fortune tractor. Dennis, tell me, what year is it? Where did you buy it, and how were you so interested in it?
1945, bought it in Longford.
It's 1945, and you bought it in Longford. And why had you so much interest in that tractor?
I liked the Fortune always. I always loved the Fortune.
And have you any other vintage material?
Ferguson 35, TVO.
And Dennis, tell me, who's here with you today on the thrasher?
Mr. Hallisey and Johnny Donovan.
Oh, I see. Mr. Hallisey is drinking a pint bottle up there. And Johnny Donovan's smiling. Johnny, of course, is at thrashing with years and years. So, do you keep any other machinery, Dennis?
No.
Dennis, thank you very much for talking to us. Up here on the thrasher with me, I have Johnny Donovan and Paul Corcoran. Now, I know for a fact that these fellas are thrashing with many, many years. Johnny, tell me a few of your memories of the thrashings.
Well, I'll tell you one. I thrashed here in 1946, and I was only 16 years of age, below where the platform was there with Jack Carney with the steam engine. And I was 23 years on the road. I thrashed with different couple. And I got my own, and I thrashed here the first year, because I started the thrashing here in 2003, I think.
I know that, Johnny. would it be a fair question? I know it is very personal. You're up here feeding the trasher. What age are you now, Jerry?
I'll be 80 years now. Very sure.
He'll be 80 years. I think he deserves a huge round of applause. Well done, Jerry Donovan. Paul, what are your memories of the trashing around the place? What are your memories of the trashings?
They were a great thing, I think, trashing. That's what I thought about them. In years gone by when I had no thrasher, God almighty south, for old regattas and old times used to be carried on, you know. There'd be maybe an old keg of porter in the house. They'd have fierce crack for the night and everything.
But Paul and Jerry, it must have been fierce hard work, was it?
Yes, sir. Hard work was no trouble, you know. It was all right if you were paid for it. But Sir Christ, what you were getting that time, they wouldn't go from here down off the tractor for it now.
I understand. And Jerry, you were out on contract as well, were you?
Huh?
You were out on contract with the trasher as well, were you?
I was. I spent many a day and many a night thrashing. But I enjoyed it.
The other thing I know is Jerry was a great man to go out spraying potatoes, going away from the trashing, and the old horse spraying. Tell us a small bit about that, Jerry.
Well, I started spraying in 1950 with a horse sprayer, and I went into many and sprayed for big and small. The small one just as big as the big one. The one had only about a quarter of ground, a garden, and I sprayed for them all. And I never took a penny from the small man. I spared for him for that. And I gave 6 years spraying. And I sprayed back around for Paul Cochran is now and all that country back there.
Jerry and Paul, thank you very much indeed. A round of applause for Jerry and Paul, two fantastic people, and what they could tell you about trashings and sprayings and whatnot. Come up here after and they'll tell you about it. Enjoy your bottles of Guinness, lads.
Thanks a million, Guinness, bye.
I'm looking over here at the shades and I don't see anybody throwing shade. So if there's anybody that wants to get a competition.
Tommy Camier with me from Bellingiri Hob, and he has this little machine here. Not many people have seen it. Tell us about the little machine and what it is.
I bought it back about 30 years ago, and I restored it about 24 or 5 years ago. Restored it.
What is it, Tommy? Is it a winnowing machine?
No, it's not. It's a hand thresher.
Oh, a hand thresher. Yeah. And how old would the machine be?
It'd be in the 1800s, but roughly about 1820 or 1830.
And tell me, what is the principle of the machine? What exactly happens?
Pardon?
What is the principle of the machine?
You have to be threshing it all the times after the time after the plane.
So you just feed the sheaves into it, and it takes the corn off it.
But it threshes it the same as any thresher, but it feeds it into it.
So you reckon it is about over 100 years old?
What would be over 100 years old.
Thank you very much. Also here with me is Dermot Donovan from Bellingiri Hob, and this is a winnowing machine. Dermot, tell us about this machine. Yeah, but you know a bit about it, don't you?
Yes, Red. I know a bit about it.
What does it do?
This winnows the corn, winnows the grain after threshing it in the hand thresher.
In other words, it takes the chaff off it.
That's right, yeah. Take the chaff off it, yeah.
And what age roughly would that machine be?
This is old. It was made in the 1800s, I'd say.
1800s. And still working in perfect order?
That's right, perfect.
Tell me, do you go to many threshings?
We go to a lot of them. We go to all the local threshings.
Well done, Dermot. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
This is on video, boy.
Over here, I have Mick Hagerty with me, and this fantastic rolling mill. Mick, tell us about it. Have a bit of history about the rolling mill.
Not really, but it was put into the club last year by the O'Farrell family from Crawford, and it's on their family for generations. That's all I know about it.
It seems to me like they're doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, hopefully we are.
Does it belong to the club, the local club?
Yeah. That's it, yeah. So
what age circa would you put on it?
I don't know, pushing 100 years I was it.
I suppose it is at least. Mick, thanks very much. I don't know what we're going up now actually the animal, that's the next thing. Is that an animal? Right, this will sell them or not, but they are for auction. And over here I'm speaking with a man called John Crawford, and he has an anvil and he has a hot fire, there's loads of coals on it. John, what are you doing?
I'm forging a few things for the kitchen. Forging a few bastable handles for the kitchen.
Could you show us what you're doing?
I've nothing in the fire at the moment.
He's worried that the fire isn't hot enough, but we're not worried. Just give us an idea.
I'm heating up metal there in the forge and hammering it into shape on the anvil. And at the moment I'm just trying to get the fire hot enough to get the metal hot.
Have you a bit of metal that you could just hammer, it doesn't matter whether it's hot or not, so that you show us what you're doing?
Just heating up the metal there in the fire and then hammering it on the forge. And I shouldn't be smoking, you should have given me a bit more time to prepare.
That's okay, that's okay. This anvil, how old is it?
I'd say it's about 100 years old.
Is that right?
It's about 100 years old, yes. And it's shown the work.
And how long were you doing this?
About 20 years myself.
Is that right?
About 20 years. My first time here in Johnstown.
Would you come back to us?
I'll be here next year.
Well
I'll be here
done.
next year.
And tell me, what were you doing before you were at this type of work?
Just driving buses and such. This is the best work I've had. The most fun.
And can you make a living out of it?
Hard to make a living. But I manage.
Well done. So tell us again, you have a chance of advertising yourself. What do you exactly do, where you're living? And
I'm living on Quill Mountain and I make anything out of metal. Anything somebody wants out of metal, I'll have a go at making.
Give us an idea of what you mean by anything.
Gates, pokers, trailers, anything. You've caught me by surprise.
Well done, John.
Yeah. Good
Hopefully
luck.
you'll make a few quid out of us.
Good luck.
Thanks, John.
Is it when we're going out, you hang it up?
Yeah, when they're going out.
When they're going out.
Yeah. Over here now at the moment, I'm talking to Simon Cracknell, and what he's doing is some thatching. Now, I know much of us around here know little about thatching. Simon, put us in the picture.
Well, thatching in County Cork is common enough, but not in the south. It'd all be in North Cork, and we'd have a lot of work with the old cottages there. But it's not so common in West Cork because of the slate mines, which in about 1830 stopped the use of reed, more or less, and also the banning from Cork City of any thatch after the fire.
So, Simon, originally, where do you come from? With your accent, you're not a Cork man anyway, that's for a start. And tell me how you got involved in the thatching.
I'm not a Cork man, I'm a farmer's son from England, from Buckinghamshire. And my dad was a reek thatcher when he was 14, but then he became a farmer, and I was a farmer's son and did the college. And then when I moved to Ireland, that was where I learnt the thatching. And since then, that would be 20 odd years ago, and since then I've been thatching.
Well done, Simon, and tell me, have you any family that's involved in this now at the moment that will take it on from you?
Well, both my sons have been learning, but they haven't actually taken it on yet because it's fairly hard work, and trying to encourage them is difficult.
And tell me, I'm sure that if you started classes or something like that, that people would be interested, or have you ever thought about that?
I have thought about that, and I have taught a few people, but it is a hard job. It's outside, cold hands all the time and rain down your back, and people these days, they're not that mad keen for jobs like that.
So lads, jobs are scarce in Ireland at the moment. If you want to learn how to thatch, come over here to Simon. Where do you live, Simon?
I'm living up in Cool Mountain.
Okay, so Simon is over here, he's living in Cool Mountain, he will teach you how to thatch, and I'm sure he wouldn't charge you an arm and a leg. Is that right, Simon?
Not at all, not at all. It'd be a pleasure.
Simon, thank you for your time.
Yeah,
thank you. listening to the musicians there for a while, and they're playing some fantastic musicians. Dermot, tell us who's here on the bandstand with you.
Right, here on the bandstand we basically a make-up of Hina Cultus members and friends, and mostly Hina Cultus members and friends, yeah. Starting here on my left, Sean Kearney is on keyboard, and he was here with his family all day entertaining the people. And next, Dermot Leary, he's from Farnans, box player and fiddle player, extraordinary. And a local man then next here, Mick Kiddick, and after that Mick Horan is another, local man as well. And Paddy Donovan is also a local man, I suppose, that moved out of the area 30 years ago, but is back very often. He's one of the Donovans and a cousin of myself, and I'm Dermot Donovan. So that's who's here on the stage.
Well, I'd say one thing, and I would have a good idea of traditional music myself, but I don't know how often you play together, but you are absolutely, totally in tune. Do you play often together?
We do, yes. We have a lot of sessions, and we have been involved now in the past couple of weeks in the Trad for Trocra. Tis basically an initiative there by Cultus, where all the local Cultus groups have a trad session for Trocra, and we've had a very successful one there in Bellingiri last Wednesday night, where we collected, I think, 400 or 500 euros on the night, and we had another one in Crawford prior to that, and we had one in Denchians as well in Trelane before that, so it is going very well. But we normally meet maybe once a month at least, and we meet once a month at the moment inside Murray's Bar on a Tuesday night. And as well as that, we were doing the Castle Hotel as well all summer during the tourist season. We did once a week there, so we play fairly often together. All right, we enjoy it.
I'll tell you one thing, Dermot, you're well in tune, and I must congratulate you. I would know Dermy Leary there, I know Dermy of old. We played music together. Mickey Howrahan, I know Mickey, and I played music with Teddy as well over there. So lads, well done, and congratulations to you. You kept this thing going here. Fair play to you. Oh, who have we down here, Dermot? Who have we down here?
This man, anyway, I don't know, what's your first name again? Marco Donovan. He be another cousin of the Donovans. And Kate Donovan as well is down here on the box as well. And she's a great dance teacher as well around the area, and she teaches the sets as well. So that's more, and I don't know, have I forgotten anyone now, but there's plenty of them around, just walking around anyway, so they might be all here.
It's lovely, Dermot, to see the young fellas playing the music. All I can say is Mullinoy agus tuchig she. Yeah, well done, lads. Big round of applause for the musicians here on the stage. They are absolutely fantastic. Sorry, I'll get around. You tell me anyhow. Okay. Harry, hold on. No, but there's no option ESPs. Ned is behind you. He's here. Okay, we're starting the auction now. And over here on my right, there are two little calves. A little Frisian and an Angus. Brian, tell me the breeding again, I've it lost.
The Frisian heifer is by Sprock.
The Frisian heifer is by Sprock.
Yeah, and there's no auctioneer's fees, no commission.
What about the Angus?
The Angus, no breed.
No breed, he don't know where he got the Angus. Right. Okay, he says there's no auctioneer's fees, but because I'm the auctioneer, not Brian. So, but anyway, there is no auctioneer's fees. There's no fees or anything like that. The monies that is made is going to charity. Okay? So here we go. Who'll give me 150? I have 100 here. I have 100 up here. Any advance in 100? Over here. 120. 120 over here. 140. 140. Any advance in 100? 240. I have 240. 240. Anyone on 250? Anyone? I'll be selling at 250. Anyone at 250? I have 240. Going once. Going twice. Sold. No. 265. 265. 265. 270. 270. Going once. 270. Going twice. 270. Sold. Donny. Well done, Donny. Kelly. Donny, we'd just like to have a quick word with you, if you don't mind. Donny Kelly is after buying the calf. All right then, Joe. After buying the calf, you've after paying 270 for him. Donny, first of all, why did you pay 270 for him? And there is a Frisian or an Angus, and which one are you taking?
I'll take the Frisian, and the reason I bought him, I know the breeding.
And you also are giving the money to charity, you know that?
I know that, and it makes no difference to me where it goes in. So,
Donny, thanks a million, and thank you for your support. Fair play to you. Well done. Donny Kelly, big round of applause. Is it finished?
The women's tug of war is over, yeah. Men's are just signed over.
It's happening now, okay. How many teams are in the men's?
We don't know. Will you call these out for the mini-digger skills? John Curran.
This is for what now?
The mini-digger skills. John Curran.
Check it out, because I can't see. The mini digger skills. John Curran.
Donica Creed.
Donica Creed.
Donald Donovan.
Donald Donovan.
Darren Chambers.
Darren Chambers.
Martin Hurley.
Martin Hurley.
Con O'Connell.
Con O'Connell. Come.
To the mini-digger skills.
Come. We get on with this, so.
No, our first prize is for trailer and blocks. So
okay, we're going to have the field drawn now, and the first prize, I'll hand you over here to Anne, and she will call it out to you as they go along.
Right, top prize is for a trailer load of blocks, and Dennis is picking the winning ticket. And it's Joan Welch Carriganima. So well done, Joan, and we'll take the blocks to you in the next few days. No. Right, the second prize is for a hamper provided by Little Smudges. Now, the number, there's a phone number, KOD 023 88 55 882, and we'll get that prize to you as well. Now that's the hamper. Yeah, right. Just right. No name, that's it. Yeah, that was on it. The next prize is for a €20 voucher from D. Crowley Drapers in Domanway, and the winning ticket is Mary C. Kelleher, 086 3097 146.
Hello. We're here now at the passing out of the cars and the tractors, and I have a car over here, and I must talk to his driver. What kind of car have you?
It's a Spartan Colson kit car.
And what is your own name?
Tim Hoffman
From? Clonakilty. What's your car worth?
Not a lot in these depressed days.
Yeah, it's a beautiful car. Well done, well done. What's your own name, sir? What's your own name?
Neil Thurley.
And what kind of car have you?
I have a Golf.
Year?
79.
How long have you it?
Oh, over 30 years in it.
Well done, well done. It's lovely looking. Congratulations. Here we have a Morris 1000. What's your own name? Paul O'Neill from Dunmanway. How long have you this car?
3 years.
And what age is it?
71.
71. Beautiful condition. Thanks, Paul. Hello. This is a Citroen, is it?
A Citroen Nomex.
And your own name?
Johanna Ford from Mitchelstown, County Cork.
And did you go all the way down today?
We did.
From Mitchelstown? Well, fair play to you. It's a beautiful car.
Thanks.
Enjoy it. Over here, I have a Ford 4000. And your own name? From Pat?
Dunmanway.
Pat is from Dunmanway. What age is the tractor?
1975.
1975. Thanks, Pat. Thank you very much. Over here we have an international tractor. What's your own name at all, sir?
Donovan from Dunmanway.
Donovan from Dunmanway. He's driving an international. He's driving it from belong to William Shorten. What age is it, Dan?
What age is it? It's your man here, but
He said it's damn good and old, he said. And it's going great, Nick.
going grand.
Good man, thank you very much. Loads of different old material on it. I can see a winnowing machine, a crushing machine. Look at the old churns, milking can. And I see a potato digger. And the potato digger was donated by myself to the Johnstown Club. And over here at the back, good God, I didn't see one with ears, is a scuffler. And what else? Oh, we have a potato, or not a potato, but a turnip machine. A turnip machine. A McCormick Farhall. What's your own name?
Parkland.
Where are you from, John?
Parkland. From Johnstown.
How old is this little tractor?
1953.
And it's in great nick.
Isn't too bad, but
well done to you. Thanks for coming and supporting us today. Here we have a 1979 Opel Cadet City. And what's your own name?
Dennis Murphy from Macroom.
Dennis Murphy from Macroom. Thanks for coming over and supporting us. Thanks a lot. We're over here at the tug of war. And tell me, we've two teams here. Who are they?
This is Johnstown. What's
the two teams, who are they?
Johnstown and Drumcar. Kilmichael,
They're calling themselves Johnstown and Kilmichael. So here we are now, we're having a real veteran, is that right? What's your own name at all?
I don't know. The coach. No, I'm not coming on. No, he's a coach.
Oh, he's a coach, is that right? Okay. We're getting ready now here for the tug of war between Johnstown and Kilmichael. Are you lining up now, lads? You'll have to do your best now, you're on television. How many have we in each team, lads? 7 in each team, is it? Who's the judge? Who's the referee? John Creedon. Dan Creedon, you're the referee here.
Let it go up this way. Come on. Give it up, Carl. Let it go up.
Only the referee here, Dan Creedon.
Johnstown are pulling down. Johnstown are pulling hard. They're really pulling hard down here. Kilmichael are holding. Oh, Kilmichael are slipping. Johnstown are pulling hard. It's still stalemate. Oh, Johnstown are pulling. Johnstown seems to have upper hand.
You're not finished yet.
Johnstown have won the first.
It's not over. Keep going. The mark is not gone. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. You're not over. Lads, that wasn't over. No. That wasn't over. Yeah, but he's lads, you didn't go over the line at all. Mark there.
Yeah, what full is what? Yeah.
That was only a test. Oh, we all got too excited over the test one. Sorry about that, Dan. It's a big one now. Okay, there's a mark on the rope here, and it must pass the pike. All right, okay. They're pulling no more. So what's happening? Everybody is a winner, I think. Listen, lads, he took part, and fair play to you. Johnstown and Kilmichael, he took part, and fair play to you. He brought the crowd. Well done. Give him a round of applause. Well done, lads. You're all winners. After a fantastic day here at Johnstown Harvest Festival, a most successful one, I have here with me one of the chief organisers who spoke already, PJ McCarthy. PJ, you must be absolutely delighted with the way things went today.
Yeah, super day all together. Brilliant crowd and everything went really well.
Also, PJ, the amount of local people that helped and put the work into this festival today, you must be delighted with it.
Well, that's what Johnstown is all about. Try to get all the organisations of the parish together to help out on one big day and have one good day out with it. And that's it.
Let us know again, PJ, how much money he collected last year?
I think it was in the region of 20,000 or something.
I mean, listen to that, 20,000. They gave that to charities like Marymount, the local schools, and other well-deserving recipients. This year, I'm sure the amount of money will be the same. But if it weren't for PJ, his brother, and many, many others that get involved here, it wouldn't happen. PJ, I'll give you the final words before we close down here this evening.
Well, I'm just thinking that Dennis is putting me in the pressure in the whole time that as I was doing the whole thing. There's been like Mike Donovan, Barry Sullivan, and Healy, all the rest of them. There's big committee here, so I don't want to take anything because I shouldn't be talking here at all today because our chairman is just not with us today, but hopefully he'll be back next year.
I think we all understand that PJ was talking anyway on behalf of the committee. We all understood that, but it was to get somebody to come up here and do it. And there's great credit due to PJ for doing that. PJ, thank you. And well done to all the committee members and everyone involved. Well done to the whole lot of you, and thank you very much. PJ?
I can't say thanks enough to the people that helped us out today. If I started, I could stay here all evening. There was Humphrey O'Reirden last night at 1 o'clock. There was John Galvin, but Backmulch. There was, I'm maybe out 100 people. There are just two that come to the top that really helped us out to the last moment. So I can't thank everyone. Look, I just appreciate you being here, and I hope that you all enjoyed your day and that you'll be back again next year and we'll have another day out of it again. Thank you very much.
He's basically saying thanks to everyone that helped, and that is a lot of people.
And I think it wouldn't have happened at all only for Dennis McCarthy, and he done a brilliant job, and thanks a million to him, and we really appreciate it. Thank you, Dennis. Bye.
Thanks, PJ.